Hi there, this is Brian Maravich with LeadStampede.com. What we're going to cover today is a prospecting letter and how to use it to generate more prospects, appointments, and leads for your business. What we're going to go over here is how to use a grabber in your letter, in your marketing sequence, to grab the reader's attention and to get them to read your letter. In this case, we're using what's called a jeweler's loop, and this is also referred to as a use of lumpy mail, meaning this particularly would be lumpy in an envelope. So when somebody receives your envelope and something's lumpy, they're more likely to open it. Studies show that it actually can double, triple, even quadruple response rates. So like I said, this case we're using a jeweler's loop, and I'll describe what we're doing with this jeweler's loop as we read the letter. Dear name, you must personalize it, have to use their name. You can't say dear friend or anything like that. You can, but it's just going to be unpersonalized and you're going to dramatically decrease response. As you can see, I've enclosed a jeweler's loop with this letter. Why have I done this? Two reasons. This is the old Gary Halbert standard where you introduce two reasons you're inserting a grabber or attaching a grabber to the top of the letter. Why have I done this? Two reasons. I have something very important to tell you, and I needed to make sure this letter would grab your attention. So right there, you're just being straight up with them. You're not hiding anything, not pulling any punches. Number two, since I can help you, and then you put in your benefit. In this case, I quickly wrote a benefit: build wealth by deeply analyzing and arranging your finances using a personally tailored approach. I thought it was especially appropriate to use a jeweler's loop as an attention-getting eye catcher. Let me explain. Okay, so now I'm going to explain why, again, I've attached a jeweler's loop, and this is where I actually tie it in with the benefits that I'm offering. A jeweler's loop is used to identify and help assess the value of a stone. The exceptional magnification of a jeweler's loop can reveal internal flaws and service blemishes on exotic stones that are not apparent to the naked, untrained eye. And then here's where I tie it in. That is exactly what I do when it comes to helping business owners such as yourself. Name, I put their actual name here. And then this is where you want to insert your benefit just in a little more detail and tie it in with the jeweler's loop. With years of experience managing portfolios of successful entrepreneurs and small business owners and digging through years' worth of insurance portfolios and financial statements, I am the best person to help you achieve and maintain a quality lifestyle free of money worries. So once again, we're tying it in with the jeweler's loop. Now you can use any grabber. You can use fake money, coins, band-aids, paper clips, erasers. There is just millions of grabbers you can use to both have lumpy mail, so it's lumpy in the envelopes I just described, and you can attach it to the top of the letter and really enhance readership. So once again, the key here is to not put any grabber or attention-getting device just for the sake of it. You really have to tie it in to the benefits that you're offering your prospect. So let's move on here. For example, here is what some of my current clients have to say, and then you introduce testimonials. Now, if you're dead set against using testimonials because maybe your industry says that you can't allow them, I know that in the financial services arena, a lot of individuals claim they can't use them, but I'm pretty sure you can. You should probably look a little deeper. I can cite dozens of case studies and individuals who are using testimonials. But let's move on here. If you aren't going to use testimonials, then you can use this example. For example, here are 3 of 33 businesses that I currently help with their personal and business planning strategies. And this is where you put your name of your program or product. Wealth building techniques are not for everyone. Some business owners may not have the financial infrastructure to create and maintain a successful wealth building program. So now I'm kind of using the takeaway technique where I'm saying it's not for everybody. You may not qualify, as you can see. But if you'll give me just 20 minutes of your time, I will be able to verify if you qualify. Call my office right now and ask for Linda. Linda will find a mutually convenient time for us to meet in the next 2 weeks. Call 555 blah 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 anytime, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 p.m. So I've introduced a benefit. I've tied it in with the jeweler's loop. I've used a little bit of takeaway selling, and now I'm crafting my call to action. As you can see, I'm kind of detailed here, and you really want to be detailed. Some people just say, call me now, 555, etc. But I've seen cases where copywriters and marketers will literally say, what I want you to do right now is pick up the telephone and dial this number. When somebody picks up, that person's name will be Alan, and Alan will help you find a mutually. It's the more detailed you get, the better it could be, because studies show that people want to be led. They want to be told what to do, and this is kind of a really simplified way to do that. Whether you qualify or not, I guarantee that our meeting will be one of the most eye-opening experiences that you will have when it comes to managing and building your wealth. Thank you for your time. Cordially, your name, address, etc. I would encourage you to put a PS in here, because studies show that people read the PS first. And here's an example of one. If you would like a free overview and case study and 5 of my best wealth building tips, go to this URL. This will give you a good idea of what I can do for you. Other options are to offer a free DVD, a free recording, etc. Now, the reason that I'm putting this in here is that a lot of the individuals you're going to send a letter like this to are just not going to call you, especially if you mail one letter, and I'll go over that in a second. What you want to do is, if not in the PS, just offer another reason to respond, a secondary reason to respond. And this way you can get people who just don't want to talk to somebody and feel like they're going to be sold something, and you can generate a lead. Another technique which is used very successfully to this day is to use the free recorded message technique. So instead of the URL, you can put a free recorded message. Or you can do both. So that is a quality prospecting letter that you can use and model in your business. Now, I would encourage you to use a sequence. Sequencing your letters is proven to be to double, even triple your response rates, especially if you're going after appointments, because probably in this case, you're going to be sending this kind of letter to a list of people who've never heard of you. So if you just send one letter, you're not going to get as big a response unless you send 3 letters. So this letter could be the first in your sequence, and then the next 2 letters could be another grabber, and then you're building up to basically the final notice letter. And in that final letter, you would say, if I don't hear from you, then I'm going to call you on such and such a day at such and such a time. Be sure that your assistant, and if you've done your research, you know the assistant's name, then you'll cite that person's name. Let them know that I'll be calling. So that's it for today. Let me know how this works for you in your marketing. I'd love to hear from you. You can go to leadstampede.com/blog and post your comments, questions, if you enjoyed this video, and more importantly, how this worked for you in marketing.